So we've all been there. One of the tech nightmares you can have, you go to sleep at 11 p.m. in the evening and you decide, oh, let me just put my phone on charge till the next day. Your phone is currently, let's say, 4%. You plug it in, the charging icon shows, then you sleep. Only for you to wake up at 6 a.m., let's say, and then you check, your phone is still at 4%. What happened? Is it that was it not charging? Was there an issue with the cable? Was the brick you were using? Was there a light out? What exactly happened? And the funny thing is, once you just see that, you know your day is ruined, because you then have to make plans you never thought of. I used to deal with that basically, but recently I made a small change. Like, I think for the past 2 or 3 years I've made a small change that's actually drastically changed this for me. It's changed the way you are charging your device, whether you wake up in the morning and it's fully charged or not. But I made 1 or 2 changes and it has changed everything for me drastically. Now I'm able to sleep confidently knowing that my device has been charged. I'm actually, when I plug something and it's charging, I know it's charging. So all this changed when I actually started using cables with displays on them. This basically what changed everything for me. So once I started using this, I'm not exaggerating, I cannot go back to using the normal cables because it feels like day and night. You see, this small screen has changed the relationship I have with power when it comes to how I see it, how it's being used, and how I actually interact with my device. So let's say, for example, think about you driving a car, right? So imagine you have a car, you are driving the car, and the car doesn't have a speedometer. So whether you step on the accelerator or you brake, you do not know how fast or how slow you are going. So that's basically what you do when you are charging or using a cable to charge your device without a display. Most of the time when you're using the normal, you see, once you just plug in, or you look at the charging icon to see whether your device is charging, and that's the only thing you use to know whether your device is charging or not. And at the end of the day, there might be other things that go in place to make sure, like affecting the charging or speeds of your device, but because you have seen the icon, you don't know whether your device is fast charging, almost done, whether there's power going through, you have an issue with your cable or not. You do not know. But as you see with this, it's basically like I have a speedometer for my charging. So for my iPhone, for example, it charges up to like 24 or 30 watts, right? So once I plug this and I see at 20 watts, 27 watts, I know my phone is fast charging. I know it should be done maximum within, let's say, an hour or half an hour, depending on what battery state I am at. But when I plug this and I see it's anywhere below 5 watts or 2 watts, I know there's an issue. It's either my phone is either too hot, or the phone is either too hot to charge, or there is an issue with the cable, or there's an issue with the power supply. And at that point, I can quickly make a decision. Usually all I have to do is just take it out, check if there's that, clean it, and just plug it back, and then I'm able to see that my phone is fast charging. Because at that point, this is basically becomes a point of reference to see whether I'm able to get power I'm expecting to go into the device is actually going into the device. So this is one of my favorite features, especially at night, and especially in times where we have issues around like lights out. You do not know when there'll be lights out. So before I go to bed, I just plug it, and the only place I look at is here. As long as it's not below 5, I know my phone is charging. Because at any point whereby maybe there's a light out, or maybe when my phone is done charging, the only thing I need to look out to is here. And when it says 0, I know it's either 2 things. Either it's not charging or my phone is fully charged. This has become really helpful, especially when you are really tired and you want to sleep. So from time to time, anytime maybe I'm sleeping or I'm doing something, I just have to look over there to actually see the amount of power that goes into my device. The same thing when I'm using it on all my Type-C devices. So because of this, I don't actually remember the last time I actually woke up from or charged the device and said, oh, I came to check and the device hasn't been charged. There's no point unless I don't actually charge it, because once I put it, this automatically becomes more or notification, or basically my speedometer to actually see the amount of power that goes into it. Once it gets to 1 or 0, I know my phone is fully charged. If it's not charging, so this one becomes a place to see, because once it's black, it means no power is moving through. If there's power moving through and the battery is fully charged, it's not taking in any charge, it will stay at 0. If it's charging or it's trickle charging, when it gets towards like the 70 to 80% range, when phones start slowing down, when it comes to charging, it actually shows over here as well. And this is a pro tip for those who do not want to overcharge their phones. Batteries actually charge in a curve, so they start out really fast really fast. When they reach a peak, then they drop or trickle charge. When your phone hits like 100% of full charge, and it will basically stop accepting charge. With a normal cable, to check if your phone is full, you have to walk over to your phone, like actually tap your phone, then look at it to see whether it's full or to see whether it's still charging. With this cable, I can just sit anywhere. All I have to do is just glance at the charger to see whether the information over here, what it says, and that basically becomes what I use to check details or how far my phone is being charged to. This one just makes you more efficient, because anything you do, whatever you are charged at, then you have better tell what your device is doing or how much power is actually going to your device. Now, some few years ago, when these were actually released, they were quite expensive. People were seeing them as gimmicks, because what would you pay? Let's say at that point, people were charging between $30 to $40 for a single cable to actually charge your phone. But now they are a lot cheaper. You can actually get them, depending on the market. In Ghana, you can get them between $10 and less. If you're buying them from outside, you can get them at a lot more cheaper prices. And also, you might be saying, why will I pay that amount of money? It depends on the ones you get. But most of the ones I get, especially like this one is highly braided, really reinforced. They're high quality as well. So it means you just need to get one charger for everything that will cut across everywhere. I know sometimes it might sound silly to be like excited about just a wire, right, or a charger, right? But the thing is, this solves actual problems that usually affect most people in the creative industry or most people in the tech industry. If you're still using like the plastic cable that came with your phone, I would recommend, or I'll just say, just get one of these, try them out if you like them, and then you can upgrade. For those using Type-Cs, you just need to get one, and as time goes, you'll be the one to say. And once you actually see the light pop up, and then you start understanding exactly what actually happens or what you're able to see, I'm sure by then you would just throw your other white cable or other like plastic and generic cables away. You would actually understand at that point. I think at that point you would come back and say, yeah, this has been helpful. So, but with this one, if you want to know like specific brands that I actually recommend, such as this, kindly check in the links below. We'll list them so that you can actually look at them and then decide which one you feel will best work or fall within the budget you have, and also the ones that will best fit your workflow. Anyways, thanks for watching it. Go charge something.